Hi, folks. Welcome back to Pop Pop Fizzle. I'm Jeff.
I'm Heidi.
And we're back with more Moonlighting. Actually, the last episode of Season 1
Yay.
of Moonlighting. Which means that by the time we're done with this episode, we will have seen 6 episodes of this classic show. And we want to know what you think about it. If you want us to continue watching Moonlighting into Season 2, which I have, so we can.
We can.
We definitely want you to let us know that you want to see more of it. We've been enjoying our trip down memory lane of checking it out. Now, how much of Moonlighting did you actually see when it aired?
I mean, I remember.
You were what? -2?
I was in single digits.
Mm-hmm.
So I did watch some of it, but like I said, all I remember mostly from it was that there was a lot of arguing and slamming doors.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
That's the Moonlighting recipe right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have enjoyed these 6 episodes, but
5.
the 5 we've seen so far. I'm sure we'll enjoy this one as well. But
3 star.
Right. We have enjoyed watching these, and we've enjoyed conversations taking place in the comments down below.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that. We know this is a different kind of show because it's not streaming anywhere, and I've tried to tweet about it a few times and use the hashtag and try to call some attention to it. Even tagged Glenn Caron in the tweet to try to let him know that we were reacting to it. And we definitely want to see it on a streaming service somewhere.
We do.
We know right now it's hard for you to, you watch, if you're watching on YouTube, you're just getting about, a little under 10 minutes of footage as you watch along with us, which doesn't really give you a whole lot other than, man, this seems like a fun show. I wish I could watch it.
Yeah.
And then if you got the DVDs, you can check out our Patreon where there are full reactions, but you kind of have to have the DVDs to be able to watch along with us.
Yeah.
We hope that changes. We really do. And, 6 episodes hasn't been enough to really grab people's attention. There are a few of you joining us for this.
Yes, thank
It's
you.
not our most watched show. It's not our least watched show. It's just fitting somewhere in the middle. But we hope that people kind of climb aboard, even as we, finish this last episode of Season 1, because we do want to call attention to the show, and we hope that a streaming service will pick it up. It's fully owned by Disney, the way I understand it, so let's hope they do something with it.
Well, I mean, yeah, they've got like oodles of cash they just throw in fireplaces to keep warm or to, take pictures
You said
of.
that last week.
I did.
You're reusing your imagery.
I am reusing my imagery, but literally, they have money for everything. It's Disney. They really do have it. It's just a matter of getting it in front of the right people to actually make that decision to make it available. And they just need to know that there's actually people out there who want to watch it.
And while they may have lost some money on theme parks this year, thanks to COVID,
yeah,
we know they've made quite a bit with WandaVision. Lots of people subscribing to watch, and Mandalorian and all those good shows. So I definitely think they could put some money into this thing and get this thing streaming somewhere. If not on Disney Plus, then on Hulu, which they own part of. So, they've got opportunities to fix this thing.
They do.
Anyway, so bring back Moonlighting is what we're saying. Hashtag use it. Call them out. Ask them to put this thing out there because, I think it's a show that's worth seeing and remembering and really had an impact on a lot of other shows that came after it.
I was going to say, this is actually the show that kind of inspired a lot of different things and a lot of different, dramas and comedies and just even the conversations, the back and forthness of a lot of the.
It was doing the walk and talk before Sports Night and West Wing. So, I really.
There's so much about it.
And I think because it takes it kind of takes a. It doesn't take itself seriously about the mystery side of it, but it gives us a lot of, old school slapsticky, breaking the fourth wall kind of stuff, and just fantastic chemistry between Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd. So it's just a fun show all around to watch. We're going to dive into episode 6. We hope that you'll watch it with us and use that hashtag when you can. We'd appreciate it. Yeah. Anyway, here we go. This one's called "The Murder Is in the Mail."
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, wow. Really? Okay. That's the musical cues from one of Alfred Hitchcock's movies.
There's no comment on that at the moment.
Jet from Lisbon went down. Crashed or blew up. Nobody seems to know. Flight 772?
Yes.
You waiting for someone on board?
No, I was supposed to take that flight, and I switched. God.
No more frills. No more overtime. We've got to get serious.
Maddie, we're gonna have to pop the glass on the front window to get the piano in.
Piano?
Yeah, now we're not gonna have this problem with the pool table because I can just lower it to the roof with a chopper, and then we'll winch it down to this floor, bring it in through one of the office windows. Toodles.
This isn't real. I'm dreaming this.
What?
All right, boys, I'll be right back. Now listen, don't get discouraged. They've been putting ships in bottles for years, right? Women give birth all the time. We're gonna get this sucker in here. Wanna hear something crazy? I don't even know how to play.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I've been clean for years.
A piano? A pool table? Addison, we need a client. A client whose business we could depend on. A bread and butter client who would help us pay the light bill.
Done.
A department store chain. A brokerage house. Someplace.
Did you
we
say
need
done?
Done?
Done. You think I'd buy a baby grand piano, a pool table, a satellite dish if I didn't know
Satellite
money was
dish?
gonna start rolling in?
Contract? A signed contract? Who? Where? When?
It's a book, I'm telling you. I read it last night, and the door's open. The light bulb came on. I realized you gotta make your own opportunities. You gotta seize the moment.
Credit Assurance Company.
Ek. Great bunch of guys.
And you know these people?
Well, I have had occasion to work with them in the past, yes. Go! Larry! My name is David Boom Boom Addison
Really?
from the Easy Credit Assurance Company. And I'm not leaving until you come out here and sign us a check.
Guy's gonna be huge.
Mm-hmm. He's a poet?
Hello, Larry. My goodness. You're a poet. And you sure show it. And I know it. Because you're kind of long, fellow. They used to kill him in the 5th grade. Luck of the draw. First guy we go see has a gland problem. How can you guess something like that? That guy would consider statehood.
Addison, this is not for us.
Yes, it is.
This is the weirdest looking 747 I've ever seen.
Bless me, Father,
For I am thin.
How long has it been since your last confession?
About 40 years.
42 years. I'm Windjammer.
Windjammer. I need to come in. I'm willing to trade. I have a letter.
A communique. Nobody knows where it is except for me.
Wait a second. What do you mean, trade? I mean, you guys are supposed to help me out in situations like this. I mean that I'm not going to be the only one to die if everything goes south.
One more try?
One try my way?
One try any which way.
Okay, but if we don't hit pay dirt...
Maddie, trust me. I feel very lucky with this next guy.
Mr. Hirsch, this is Madeline Hayes, and I've come to talk to you about this terrible situation you've gotten yourself into.
Who are you? Are you with the agency?
Yes, I'm with the agency, but I haven't come to
Oh, no.
or bully you. I've come here to reason with you, to appeal to your sense of fair play.
Gotta admit, I'm impressed.
Mr. Hirsch? He doesn't look too well.
It's an old deadbeat trick. Make him think you're sick.
David, I think this deadbeat is dead.
Another old trick. Stick him with a pin.
I will not.
Yank out one of his nose hairs.
Addison!
Rip off all your clothes and see if he reacts. You're right. Bad idea. That would kill me. I'll handle this. Hey, Roy. Okay. You win. He's dead. Maddie, we're investigators, right? For the sake of argument, say right.
Right?
Well, investigators have to have something to investigate.
We were bill busters.
That was temp work, a summer job, something to tide us over until Mother Nature could right her wrong and deliver unto us a murder.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Who's the client?
Well,
Well, you always say
Third base.
Stop getting hung up on these technicalities. Maddie, we have to create our own opportunities. You think Alexander Graham Bell sat back in his workshop and said, "Why am I inventing the phone? No one else has one. Who am I going to call?" Heck no. He went out there, did what he had to do, invented the telephone, dialed a number until people got good and sick of all that ringing. They went out and bought a phone so they could answer it. Have to make sure nobody's home.
How do we do that?
2-step process. You wait here.
don't. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant.
What are you doing?
Be careful.
Just happen to have a can of shaving cream in your pocket?
Oh, this is part of the plan.
Credit card.
Credit card.
Credit card.
Credit card.
You stick the stick pin in. You pull the stick pin out. You put the stick pin in, and you shake it all about.
Look, would you be more comfortable going to a motel? It'd be a gold car. I just want to open a door and I take a trip to Aruba.
Hey, I was right.
Mm-hmm.
I could write this show.
What do you think this is?
Company's coming to
Why are we doing this?
find out who killed Roy Hirsch.
I don't even know who Roy Hirsch is.
Sure we do. He's a Russian spy.
Sorry, I asked.
Mm-hmm.
We're not equipped. We're not trained.
Here, I want to show you something.
What is that?
What is that? What is that? It's a Jell-O mold. What do you think it is? It's a gun, a serious gun for serious business, our business. Me and you are gonna crack this case.
This. What is this? I don't even know what this is.
Come on, I gotta spell it out for you. A Russian passport, a secret message.
What secret message?
This secret message.
What's this client's name?
Which
Roy Hirsch. Roy Hirsch.
You didn't happen to notice whether this guy was alive or not, did you?
What do you want?
Same thing everybody else wants. The passport and the grocery list. Come on.
Oh,
easy. She drives like you do, honey.
stop.
He drives like you do too, honey.
Stop.
Of course they're following us. Naturally they're following us. It's a chase.
I don't want to do this.
Maddie,
Hey, she drives like you do, honey.
Shut up.
I have no intention of jeopardizing.
He drives like you do, honey.
you're letting him throw punches, Cal, will you?
Okay, I will.
Hang it right here.
What?
Just do it.
Right, because I said so, that's why. And so far, I've been right about everything.
Mm.
All right. So I made one mistake.
CIA! Come out with your hands up!
CIA? We've been running from the CIA?
All right. Two mistakes. What's so funny?
Grocery
They
list.
obviously wanted to make sure they killed the right Chinese man. The message simply reads, the man with the mole on his nose.
The man with the mole on his nose.
The man with the mole on his nose. I appreciate this. Your country appreciates this.
Maybe he didn't need to know who was being killed to save him. Maybe he needed to know who was being killed so he could kill him. What are you doing for dinner tonight?
What do you mean?
Feel like a little Chinese?
I'm sorry, but you're not on the guest list.
That's because we're not guests. We're looking for a man with a mole on his nose.
Mole on his nose?
A mole on his nose.
What kind of clothes?
What kind of clothes?
What kind of clothes do you suppose?
What kind of clothes do I suppose would be worn by a man with a mole on his nose? Who knows?
Did I happen to mention, did I bother to disclose this man that we're seeking with a mole on his nose? I'm not sure of his clothes or anything else, except he's Chinese. A big clue by itself.
How do you do that?
Gotta read a lot of Dr. Seuss.
I'm sorry to say, I'm sad to report, I haven't seen anyone at all of that sort. Not a man who's Chinese with a mole on his nose with some kind of clothes that you can't suppose. So, get away from this door and get out of this place, or I'll have to hurt you. Put my foot in your face.
Oh,
Time to go.
time to go.
May I have more champagne, please?
The mole.
Picture, please.
Do you suppose?
Oh,
What are you doing?
Me? I'm here tonight because we've replaced this banquet hall's real coffee with frozen crystals.
Go, Maddie.
What are you doing? Nothing. I've been clean for years. Why does everybody keep asking me that?
food fight. Is this what we do to welcome visitors to our country?
Why is that lady serving salad? They moved on to the mains.
See that?
Diplomacy.
Who says you can't bring the countries of the world together? Settle their differences in a civilized and orderly way. Wow!
Uh-huh.
All right.
All right, that is it for season 1 of Moonlighting. Heidi, your thoughts?
This was a fun episode. It was like so crazy to me. So like, you know, unknown to many of our folks on YouTube. I was a big Hitchcock fan in college the first time I went. So like
I still am. Not in college, but a big Hitchcock fan.
Still a fan. But like I saw
big and a fan.
I can't even think about how many movies I've seen, but there's so many that I haven't. But like immediately, as soon as those musical cues hit, I'm like, "What? Are we watching North by Northwest? What are we?" And then the airplane go. I was like, Really? So it was very cool to see like the homage to Alfred Hitchcock there, and of course the guy on the elevator who is legit like the same profile as him. So that was really fun to see. It was really fun to see these two just kind of interacting around all of that craziness. So it was just, this was a fun episode.
Again, no client, nobody got paid.
Yeah.
all those people wandering around the background claiming their paycheck every week.
Did we see them walking around in the background this time around?
No, but there's a lot of talk about making it a better work environment for their employees. So
yeah, why do we need what is it that they do that they need to be there and employed? That's the question. You got people
in the background, honey, or it looks like you don't have an actual business.
They're
called extras.
Okay, but it could be like a single, a pair of a detective agency. I mean, look at Jessica Jones. It's not like she has any employees wandering around.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
so they didn't really have to, but I guess, to make it seem like a big deal or whatever, I guess they had to.
Sure. Anyway, yeah, I I think it's interesting. I wonder, though, given this placement in the 80s, like, and given, I mean, I guess I saw plenty of reruns of Hitchcock movies as a kid, so I'm guessing that there would have been plenty of opportunities for people to understand the reference.
For sure, the people who are watching this would have at least known about Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Right.
For sure.
So, okay. I was just thinking, like this was,
This is in the late 80s, but I don't even remember when Alfred Hitchcock Presents was. I think it was the 50s at least.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Like the older people, like the people who were in their 60s as well would have seen that and known exactly what was happening.
Sure. And like I said, I think I grew up with a lot of a lot of those playing on, Saturday matinees and that kind of thing on television. So I was familiar with Hitchcock even then. I'm not sure if I, Swiss cheese brain, don't remember this episode.
Not even a little bit.
But I think, I think even as a kid, I would have understood the reference. But
yeah,
both the music and the little Hitchcockian figure there in the elevator. And fun watching David and Maddie get caught up in something that's bigger than they are and doing their best to kind of navigate it clearly out of their heads. And but go David questioning why the guy didn't make a call. I mean, it's a fair question.
I mean, he is a detective after all.
He is.
Okay.
Lots of good chemistry in this episode. Lots of good dialogue as always. And that seems to be, for me, the driving point of all of this. I just enjoy tuning in to see these two characters wreak havoc in each other's lives.
Yeah. I loved that Dr. Seuss scene that we saw.
Oh
my gosh. Yeah. I have to wonder how, modern for that day audiences reacted to that. Did they love it? Did they hate it? It's so hard to say because, I watched some of this when I was a child. So it was I probably wouldn't have caught that. Kids just don't necessarily pay attention to those sorts of things.
I believe there's a blooper of all the times that they got that Dr. Seuss thing wrong.
Oh boy.
Which is pretty funny, but
it's so funny that they made that decision to put it in there.
Sure.
Got them to pull it off and then got it aired. Because you've got to know that there were probably some studio heads that were like, "What do you want them to talk about? What is it that you want them to talk in rhyme?"
Right.
But so they got it out there, and I got to wonder how the audiences reacted to it.
From my understanding, because I've watched some interviews with Glenn Gordon Caron, and he talked about how the studio wasn't sure what to make of what he was trying to do, and that even some of the directors that would come in to direct episodes would be like, we've got to do this slower, like they can't get all that dialogue in. He was like, no, faster. It's he would write twice as many pages of dialogue as most shows that were, an hour-long show would have. I think they would have 45 pages of a script, and he would turn in 90 or whatever for them.
They talk fast.
And that was the idea. He didn't want this to feel like any other show. He wanted it to be fast and have both people talking at once and have, things happening on top of other things. And so I really like, too, that we ended with the food fight, which is very old school. It's very Three Stooges, I Love Lucy, that vein of things. And we got another Three Stooges reference with him. Yeah, I love that stuff. Not a lot of fourth wall breaking this season, but I know that this show does that throughout its run. So.
Yeah, but it's just really nice to see. Like, this is definitely character stuff. You know, it's not
right.
The plot is not the plot. The plot is them. That's
you're
really...
just watching to watch them get into one mess after another and have to deal with each other and put up with each other.
Yeah.
You know, I will say that my understanding is that when the first 6 episodes aired, that nobody really caught on. And then the summer season happened where everything were reruns, and people that had missed it started watching the reruns of it.
I asked that question. I wanted to find out what was airing against it.
Because the network decided to run the 6 episodes again during the course of the summer. And when they did, that was when it became a hit. That was when it caught on. People paid attention to it while the reruns were playing.
Yeah.
And then by the time they finished season 2, I think they were up for like 16, Emmys or something. Like
wow.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
probably for writing.
Yeah. Well, and the actors directing, and lots of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But fantastic show. I'm so glad we decided to take this journey. So glad that we invited you to be a part of it with us.
Thank you.
We hope that you've enjoyed the ride. We will, we're going to take some time. We've got some other shows on the front burner that we're working through, but since we have season 2, we may come back with season 2 and do that. We want to hear from you though. If you want to see season 2 from us, let us know by hitting the thumbs up and commenting down below that you want to see more of Moonlighting.
Yes.
And we will get on to that as soon as we can. We'll also put a poll on Patreon if you're a patron. We'll put that there and make sure that you can make your voice heard there as well.
Yep.
Anyway, that's it for us, and that's it for season 1 of Moonlighting.
Yay!
For now, we wish David and Maddie adieu, and we hope to see them again in season 2. And we'll see you soon. Bye.